progress on the market stalls. Oopsies. Oh, I didn't put trapdoors here. I need to get trapdoors for this stall. I figured this one could be the Adventure Guild stall that has like the food and stuff. And then over here is gonna be a Ventura's section. Let's see, so we're gonna do that. So I do need to cook some of this. Crafting table. I can put the crafting table right here. Yeah, and that works for the crafting table. We need quite a few sticks. Okay, that's enough sticks. That goes in there. I don't know if I can set stuff up to sell yet, or if it's supposed to be like a group effort. But yeah, so I made a little picnic area for people to sit at and they like have sit at, and then there's benches, there's seating. And I did pick these stalls because there is the seating and I was serving food. Aventura's stock is gonna kind of depend on what they want to give me. They've been giving me a lot of corn products, so we're probably gonna be selling corn on this side. And then the rest of them are all still open. I can probably make more seating somewhere, but I was getting a little tired whenever I was working on it. I think I sent the High Vessel a letter, but I don't remember if I sent her a letter already or not. High Vessel Lenore. I forget if I sent letter already or not, but for the most part, put together the market space. I wanted to double check on if I could go ahead and start selling things. Fiori Zara. Market. Done-ish. One emerald for one ink sac, one emerald for 4 feathers. I sent a letter, but since you are around, I wanted to let you know. Put together the market area. Is it alright for me to go ahead? That 40. Put more in. It might be fun to have a cutting board out here too. You do that. I assume it's lit up in here. I do want to bring a dog in here too. What canine friend should I bring for in here? And I took all the pine stuff out, so I don't have pine to fix that one. Wait for all this to finish cooking, and then I'll make the thingy mabobs. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I do want to get I can get flower pots decorated out in here. I think just a mug is a classic. Especially since we sell alcohol. I think if I keep my stuff stored here, people would take it. See, so the corn stuff is out of Ventura's. That's down there. Like, so we have drinks. The dumplings. Sandwiches. I left something. Oh, the stuffed pumpkins. Hang on, we're gonna get the stuffed pumpkins. Go, go, go! Do I have the space for this? Do that. Do that. Okay. There. Now we have the stuffed pumpkin. I have to make bowls for it, but we'll do that while we're waiting for the meat to cook. I have trees painted there so we can eventually have a pathway. Ophelia showed me how to do that at one point, and it's a little easier than me, like, hand making all my pathways. So there's that. Oh, I covered up my crafting table. I can go there. Da, 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 da. I feel a little overwhelmed with my pocket space right now. That can go in there. Then this one. Okay, and then bowls. So there's those. That, and that. Oh, whoopsies. Grab out more. Do. I may have to make more. Well, there's still some back at the guild hall too. And so this can go back into my pockets. So there's the bowls. Grab out those. I can't see your name. I forget what I named you. Did that? No, I still can't see it. Well. So that would be a main. This would be mains. That would be mains. There's all the mains up there. And we got the side ones. What if we do all like that?
Hello.
Ah!
Sorry. Hello.
I
This
built
is
lots of
lovely.
stalls.
Yeah, it
Great.
looks wonderful and it fits the space so well.
Cute.
Yeah.
I've been working on cooking stuff to put out here. Am I good to go ahead and shut up the shops themselves, or should I wait until more people have stalls?
Oh, I say set them up as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. I made lots of food.
Give yourself a chance to start gaining some profits that are not just Adventures Guild stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Might inspire people to claim a booth of their own.
Yeah.
I set up the booths, like I have this one numbered as like stall number 3, in case you wanted to keep it organized. But each stall inside has like a number. It's like inside the counters.
Oh, okay.
So like stall 1,
Oh, yeah.
and then stall 2, and it just
Stall
kind of counts around in a circle.
Okay. I will have to set up a book for it so that I know who has what and who sells what, so that nobody's toes get stepped on.
Yeah.
Because we want it to help stimulate an economy and not a
It'd probably be good to know
yeah.
who has what booth, just in case somebody starts selling something that's like frowned upon or illegal
Or it gets
something.
robbed.
Yeah. You know
Yeah.
whose is what.
Yeah, I like right now I have stuff in the barrels because I needed pocket space. My pockets were really full. But think I'm gonna keep my overstock still at like my house or something.
I think that's smart.
I will say my one at the flower festival, don't rob from me. At the flower festival booth, all of my extra stuff was just under my shop.
Oh, I can
My
see
little
that
secret
working
place.
too, like having like a little bit of a storage.
That's kind of how your birthday was. We had a big chest of extra food behind the food booth.
I saw that when I was looking for the scavenger hunt. I was like, oh, that's not it, and moved on.
Yeah.
And I can probably help move some cats down here. I have a cat near my booth because it's where I was at most of the time. But we have an abundance of cats at Adventure because they seem to just like to congregate there.
Yeah, I think they like the villagers.
They probably get lots of pets.
Yeah.
And I plan to bring at least one of my wolves around. They'd probably stay inside either Aventura's booth or my booth. They wouldn't be like out of it.
I think that's also a good idea because they help you guys not feel so like weak, right?
Lenora.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Whoa.
Fiori did this.
Looks very nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
And the pathway still continues to get to the apothecary and what hopefully will be a bakery at some point for Amelia.
you, Fiori, for taking all the time and dedication.
I felt inspired.
It's beautiful.
I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah. Oh, are you okay, Ophelia?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's very convincing.
Well, then we can go talk about it.
Yeah.
Hi.
Thank you, Fifi. If you need anything, let me know, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna get my shop set up.
Okay, sounds good.
Good luck.
Okay, so we have that one set up, and so we need to put the corn stuff. Alright, I moved my ovens downstairs. My inventory's a mess. Let's put this stuff in here. So this is stuff that isn't being put out yet. Actually, would one of these work? So go downstairs too. So we'll put stuff that is eventually going to be sold down here. That. I need to organize. Okay, I'm gonna go top down to work on organizing everything. I just tossed a lot of stuff in there. Oh, Aventura paid their taxes. Okay. I just need to make sure that I move everything down to my storage because I have a bad habit of just tossing stuff. I still need to process that quest. Wherever I can fit it. Like there's cake in there. Get the cake out. Those can come out too. What is this book? That's the quest request. So that's my mail. Okay, that's taken care of. So office cleared. Now up here. Does the snack stalls overfill? Let's see. I'll keep those books up there. I can move all that down to the basement. Those are clear. I might have to move. I have a lot of like accessories at home, so I might have to move them here. And I'm also hungry. There's that. Okay, does over here have anything? I know at one point, I think the High Vessel and Ollie used maybe that barrel over there for their quest turn-in because all the turn-in bins were full, so I need to check everything. We'll check. Oh, okay, yep, so my bad habit of just putting stuff everywhere. Okay. Didn't this have emeralds in it? It didn't have that in it. Didn't this have emeralds in it? Did they take... I think they took Vincent's quest rewards. Oh, Paige completed a quest. That's a new one. So I need Paige and Lucettes to be processed. Creation on quest stuff. We can bring those away. Oh, whoopsies. Okay, we're gonna just dump this all in here. Where is it? Okay. There's those. Okay, that's full. Why is there another one of these? At least, I know okay, that's, oh, so I go another one? It's just the handbook. Let me put those in there. That's an easy thing just to chuck in there. Okay, that's full. Now I feel inclined to check all of these. Like, would they put stuff inside the cooking things? So that's not safe. That is a fire hazard. I need to send Lady Rowena money. I do need to send... No, wait, no. I paid Lady Rowena, so this section's mine. I just need to record it in the guild funds because I had given her her portion the other day. So Adventure Handbook, the wine menus I no longer use, and a third of those books. That's just the promotion one. Like, I can understand someone leaving something here accidentally. Oh, did someone buy stuff? No, I got excited. I can see people leaving stuff around accidentally, but there's 3 of those, and I think they stole money from Vincent's quest rewards.
Hi, Fifi.
Hello.
Have you seen any like suspicious books around?
They might have replaced some things you have on a lectern.
No? Why are you asking?
Some suspicious books have been found, and we're looking for some.
Well, I'm actively going through and, like, cleaning because I kind of just dump my pockets into places. But I haven't noticed anything, but I haven't necessarily really looked at my lecterns.
There were quite a few in Wolvenshire replaced. Luckily, if any of them are missing and they're placed, they tend to put them in chests nearby or barrels. So.
Well, all my... well, you guys checked those too. I assume all of them look fine.
There's a lot back here.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about.
Do you mind if we take them to...
Sorry, I'm taking them.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, if you want, you can have a copy. Because I don't think you're going to cause any harm with it. But it's pretty much a very hateful thing towards the High Vessel.
Essentially a call to remove her from the throne.
I don't need it. I haven't been back here, though.
But yeah, if you see any, just... I honestly just burn them.
Okay.
Sorry
so
to bombard you with this. Just trying to make sure. Where are they affected?
Yeah,
So the chance any personal dwelling you have would have been broken into and displaced around. So
I will check. Because I've been here since last night, and then I was working on a marketplace next to the castle with permission from the High Vessel. So I had just kind of been flying back and forth.
Okay. Also, I don't know if you have a residence in the Nether, but the other realms were...
I sleep in my
giving us these
office
books.
at the Master Coin
I see.
office.
Alright then.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. Sorry for bothering you with this.
Not a bother.
Okay. If you need anything, please just shout. Oh, also, sorry, in relation to the Adventure Guild, ages ago, I think this was just when you started working on your village. I had like a bunch of quests done, but I I don't think I got any like mail for any of the
For
stuff.
yours, since yours did it in bulk, I tended to leave it at your house, like in a chest.
Okay. I don't know what happened then. That's alright. I just don't know what rank I'm at anymore.
If you wait a moment, I can go grab your book and I can let you know.
If that's alright.
Mhm.
While we're here.
Let's see. Okay, Lucettes. Okay, I just have her needing to complete some B ranks. Let me see what your quest turns in over here are.
Hey, no worries.
Yeah. You need 2 more bean rank quests, and you'll be ready for the next rank up. Because you're currently C rank.
Okay.
And I haven't had the time to work on the B rank promotion.
No worries, no worries. It's I didn't remember. But thank you.
I can send you if the funds aren't anywhere. I normally just leave them at your front door. Like you have like the steps up, I believe, and like your
Yeah.
mailbox. I kind of just would put a chest there. But I know last time I delivered rewards was like a really long time ago, so I just assume you would have found them by now. But if they weren't there, I can just send you some extra.
I mean, don't I wouldn't worry about it too much. It was more just the rank I was not sure about, but no, that's fine, that's fine.
Okay, and I'll get your rewards for these somewhat soon. I've just been
Nice,
busy with
no
other
rush.
things.
Yeah, of course, there is absolutely no rush. Okay. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye. Sorry, before I forget, please be careful for any traps, anything obvious, any buttons, pressure plates, anything like that. I just know there's been quite a fair bit being set around recently, so please be careful of that as well.
I'm not educated on all the traps, but I already am kind of cautious because I have seen one. So
Yeah.
I do kind of keep an eye out.
Okay.
I also just don't like
Yes,
waystones.
just
They don't like me.
oh, shame. That's okay though. But yeah, just so you're aware. Okay, thank you.
Mm.
Bye.
Hmm. I feel bad lying, but I still don't necessarily fully. I just want to make sure I get a copy to the High Lady at the very least, and I want to make sure the High Vessel has a copy too. They said that Wolvenshire got hit too. But that makes me wonder, if I wasn't here, were they just going to rummage around the guild to try to find them? I can't say I'm very fond of that. Get those. And I gotta go put Lucette's record back upstairs. I guess I'll go check my house just in case. Can probably peek around Amelia's too. Um, So just a hateful book target the high vessel. I know the high vessel hasn't necessarily done anything to me. I don't know if she's done something to other people. Let's see. Ow. Beefy Swicey. Oh. So that's been left alone. That's just my food and stuff. I don't notice any new books. I don't think there's anything here. Suppose I could just take a peek at Amelia's? There's not one on my door. Doesn't look like they came in if they left it on her door. Well, I guess I can read this. United societies have just emerged from a century-long war, yet it appears that overworld high vessel Lenora Nox wishes to plunge us directly back into one again. Recent wings have shaken up the three realms. There is no longer doubt we are under attack. Traps, thefts, and threats have sullied our day-to-day. In response, Lenora Nox has broken from her standard iron reckless pacifism, not to lead, but to instead impose a fool's approximation of martial law. Rather than forging strength through the unity of the people, she has chosen to wildly execute any realms protected citizen should she deem fit. That just sounds false. Wait, because this has to do with the goblin thing, right? The Apprehension Act? I don't think any princess can just take and execute someone. They'd have to talk to their princess. Longer and no less fit to rule. The overall court is compromised. The author has presents personally with copies of at least 4 troublesome contracts, and unless easily fooled, we must accept there is more. A contract titled Dark Moon was left in everyone's castle, though swiftly covered up, it traded hands quickly. Alvord's knighthood contract. Standard knight contracts pledged unbreakable liberty of the kingdom, yet instead binds him solely to Lenore Nox. Within months of her coronation, as heir to the throne, so why does he seek to claim personal ownership of Oliver Grey? Should it be her mother's thinking, poisoning her? Perhaps she only seems as necessary there to own a personal guard dog, wolfkin, for her own protection. Butler is clearly aligned with her kingdom. So why separate the two? Just a successor that signed every last right over to the one ruler's agenda. He is loyal to one woman, and that woman literally had proven she was loyal only to herself and her inner circle. Check the cruelty to reach her demands. Has been given to the author and will be released alongside this writing. It appoints figure known publicly as Bellfire to the royal advisor. However, the contract states that both the appointment and his involvement are remain private. No reason to provide for secrecy, but it marks a clear and dangerous break from the tradition and crust. It is symbolic of Lenore Nox's apparent tendency to elevate strangers into the position of immense power. This either reflects a lack of common sense or much darker intentions. Balefire himself remains a mystery to the realm. There is a nameless circulates in whispers. No one seems to know who he truly is. It's not under Balefire, but in the name Zara. So who exactly is Balefire, or rather Zara? To emerge from obscurity, offer a false name to the public, and be placed second in command is not coincidental at all. It's very deliberate. It's quietly new advisor in the newly issued law book, but would be wise to see the timing. Has been informed that the contract was were found together. It only makes sense to assume that after all of his contract was leaked, Zara would follow. Her issuance of the new laws with solely named as advisor was simply a shallow attempt to cover her tracks. Do not join the easily decided. This is not innocent percentage. This is risk management. There remains more contracts, more documents, each outlining troublesome selections, secrets, and strategies. Their time is not yet have. It is hiding and disguising the very figures that people should trust. Serves neither her people nor her kingdom. Leonard's playing favorites to reshape the court, preparing for when she decides to act on this agenda. Playing favorites to the court. I'm a little bit confused on the point of this. Playing favorites to the court because she appointed people she preferred. Hi, Lady Laurentia also appointed me because she preferred me over others for Master Coin. Is a liar, and thus the author persecuted over a court is compromised. The previous mention over a court has issued new laws, and like with learned Lenora's knock that leads with misdirection, gentle, agreeable, and seemingly well-intentioned reforms. Animals must be trained humanely, fish should not be obtained for trade. Comes the Joke Goblin Apprehension Act. Under the setting decree, any citizen may accuse another of goblin activity, accused arrested immediately with no investigation, record, or inquiry. They are presumed as guilty until proved innocent, as little as hearsay. As accused cannot be proved innocence against an execution, they may really be fabricated. They're left only one option. If you win, they are cleared as release. It's not just, it is illegal slaughter. Be innocent, they may be punished for weakness. With this act, the realms have become a contest of survival. Anyone strong enough may now legally depose of any that stand in their way. Do well to remember the goblins are no strangers to combat. There's a reason our war lasted a century. The goblin apprehensive does not protect. Around it liberates dangerous and executes the defenseless. Trial by combat only favors might, not justice. Where war once called, but a silver city should not mirror a battlefield. Trial by combat is relevant in all kingdoms. There was a trial by combat in the end. Until the castle's blue carpet turned red with blood of the innocent. Did we not win the war? We have all 7 of us and all the name and a victory promised to the realms. The art I... Well, the goblins weren't eradicated. A long months ago, the crowds were heavily informed that goblins were not eradicated, rather devolved. They were never eradicated. Anyone that was on the battlefield should know that. They didn't just disappear. They weren't slain. We didn't kill them. Saw it fit the puppet grow comfortable and careless. Crimson stain in hand. Smart coincidence. Cannot trust the monarch who does not trust her people. Cannot stand and serve a mice that only serves to stand herself. Has lied, concealed, and manipulated. She has gently lured us into a false sense of security in order to use her personality. Personally packed court to mold the realm into her own vision. So to remember her mother, while the bright dress and flowery words may be different, the corrupted underside and a desperate action. Must urge our Northern and daring representative to eventually stand for us. We, the public, must not be satiated by more lies and damage. They seem well spoken, but they obviously did not fight in the war. reach out to Ollie. Maybe I'll see if they're still around the market. Well, it said something along the lines of her owning Ollie. Guard dog vote for our own protection. She only sees unnecessary and faint to own a guard dog. Perhaps it's her mother's thinking poisoning her. Can I get context on something? I've found a book, but some of the stuff in it is like blatantly false. Like them thinking goblins were eradicated. What's the how does your contract can I get contact as I found a book, but some of the stuff in it is blatantly false. Like the thinking goblins were eradicated. Anyone on front lines should know that as false. But it mentions your contract with my vessel. It mentioned your contract. I picked up a lot of lies from the... I thought I picked up a lot of lies. I picked up a major lie, but the goblins were never eradicated. Just in case, for they've been putting them places. There's a round up there. There's phantoms, so someone's near the waystone. Skylar. Someone with wings. If you have the time to, given how much of a panic it felt at team from the set. I figured you may be busy with the high vessel. Okay. Is meeting at the guild hall preferred? I was at the market. Wait, stop it. So Vincent and Skylar. Ow. Where did I put, did I put all my food away? Mm, okay, so I'm meeting at the guild. Picked up my shoulder, yes I did. Da, da, da. Up, 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 up. Actually, I'd probably meet them down here. And replace my stoves. That goes in there. Horn goes in there. My pockets are a mess because I was doing housekeeping. I might have to put everything back in just into a barrel and deal with it for now. Oh, he's on the roof.
Ow.
You were
Hi.
on the roof.
Was.
We can go upstairs. It's a bit more private.
Okay. Oh, you're yawning again. That means you've had too much to do today.
No, it's just I don't think I fully woke up, and then I got hit with all kinds of stuff right after I woke up, and it's just, you know.
Sorry, I didn't really know how to set up the chairs, so that seemed like the good option.
It's okay. It works.
This is where we have all our important meetings is on the floor, so this counts.
I was kind of just doing like some cleaning up because with me having built, anytime I came back here with my pockets full, I just kind of dumped stuff into barrels. And because of that, I found some books. I kind of was ignoring them and just putting them to the side. And then Paige and Lucette came in, and Lucette seemed like really panicked. And I was like, "Did you get anything weird?" I'll be honest. Is anyone around? I don't know if anyone's around. I lied. I said I didn't. Because I didn't really know why they were asking because I hadn't looked at the book yet. So they took a look around, and the back of my board was completely filled with the books.
Oh,
And
love that.
they said I should probably go check my house, and my house had nothing, but Amelia's had one like on her front door, and it had one at her bakery stall. So I did read it. I kind of went into it not really like, because Lucette called it just hateful. And then they just have like blatant lies in there. Like they said they were like goblins were eradicated when they never were eradicated. Anyone that was fighting should know that.
Yeah.
Right.
So I am taking it like with a very big grain of salt. I just wanted context on the whole the contract of ownership it mentioned.
But well, first of all, it's not ownership.
Yeah.
They
But
called it
I'll let
ownership.
you're welcome to answer for that. I don't want to speak for you.
Was there a copy of it on your thing?
I only had a lot of the Blood on the Throne books.
Here, you can flip through that. It's just my knight contract that I feel strongly attached to Lenora and wanted to work for her and not the castle.
Let's see.
That you presented me with.
Yeah, I wrote the whole thing, and all she did was sign it. So there's no like forced ownership or ownership at all of any kind. I'm very much in the position I'm in because I want to be.
Well, I was gonna say because at least like all the guards at the Packlands, they like were to guard the whole Packlands, not one person. But now I'm seeing your soul has bound, so I
Mhm.
think that's more enough justification.
Yeah, and like
to-
I do normal night duty stuff, like I keep events safe and all that, but like when it's not big stuff like that, then I usually just stick close to Lenora.
I will say a concern that the like book did bring up that I think is kind of relevant with that contract in mind is like you were made an heir, but if you leave when she leaves, you can't exactly be an heir because then you would no longer be there.
Yeah, the only way that I would actually be the one that would take the throne is if something happened to Lenora and Collie. Like I'm not the next one in line. I'm the one after the next one. I'm like what would it be? Like a backup heir.
alternate.
Yeah, like an alternate heir.
And if we are given the opportunity, if more wolfkins come around and prove to be lesser problematic than some of the other ones that we've encountered, like, wanting to kill me or stage a coup, I'm open to having them take an heir position if they
Yeah,
are
they could take my
interested.
spot, and I could go back to doing my protection and stuff.
Yeah.
I mostly took the heir spot so that Paige didn't feel like she still could.
I personally as a wolfkin, would never have acknowledged a Willowbeak as an heir.
Yeah. Well, and it was kind of the conversation that we had with you that gave us the idea to make me an heir, just so that a Willowbeak would never be close to that position. Because we didn't want to scare any potential wolfkins from coming around the kingdom.
I don't remember what page it was on. I remember somewhere along the line it said favoritism, but I also don't see a big problem with favoritism. Because it is your kingdom, and they said you were scoping your court, sorry, to your desires. But isn't that like the whole point?
Yeah, that's kind of how that stuff works, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like in most of the other kingdoms, the heirs are all related.
Yeah, it's all bloodline.
So that's just favoritism too. You have a favorite family that rules the entire kingdom.
Yeah. Well, and it's not like I haven't given wolfkins at large fair opportunities to ascend to being an heir. I just feel like there are certain problematic wolfkins that I can't see maintaining a kingdom properly.
Mm-hmm. It's the same way, like, I don't know. I don't know, pack. With my pack, admittedly, we didn't have the most fair ascension because it did go by eye color. However, even though I was pack leader's daughter, even if I had the proper eye color, I wasn't guaranteed it. It would just kind of go to someone who had the eye color that would have been like best to lead the pack. So we were just picking the ones that would
Picking who
lead
the
the
next best
best.
was.
Yeah.
That's fair. And like out of the wolfkins that we have, Polly was made an heir, and then Atticus really can't be because he's kind of caused some problems. And then Page's curse stuff came out, and then the contract stuff that brought the wolfkins all into the war. So she had two reasons why she can't be the heir. And then you are part of the Netherian court, so we like didn't want to put you on two courts. And so it really just kind of left me. And so I'm just filling a spot. But everybody seems to be worried about it.
Mm, I can see a little bit of the concern in the regards to your contract specifically to her. And I can see the concern of you being heir, because if you do take over the kingdom, then it could be interpreted that you are just ruling the kingdom in her place. Like she could tell you how to rule the kingdom and you would just do it. So I kind of do see the concern in that regard.
I think a lot of what people are missing is that the only physical way that Ollie would ever take the throne is if I were to die, if I were to no longer be available. As long as I am around, he would either say I stepped down. Ollie would step down away from the kingdom at large. He would go with me wherever else it was that I went.
I
So
do
there would
see
no
that
longer
still
be-
being an issue for the heir thing, though. If he's gone, that is going to leave only. If you step down and he follows with you, that leaves only Kali, and that could simply someone assassinate Kali, and then the pack would crumble.
If I were to step down, I would replace Ollie before I did so.
Oh,
And my intention, if there is no other viable wolfkin, and I have intentions of stepping down, I have intention of
flower spirit.
moving forward with placing a flower spirit in the position.
And if something were to happen to, like, say you were to die or something, and Kali would be the next one in line to take over. And when she took over, I would no longer be heir anyways. She would have to pick two new heirs that would
And
have
by
to be
law,
flower spirits.
Yeah, by law, it would have to be flower spirits.
So the only way I'll ever be in charge is if Nora and Kali both die somehow.
And on the favoritism thing, I think another concern that does kind of warrant from it is in the book how you were quote unquote nominated for the wolfkin, and at least I
For
wasn't
the
asked for the
for
tri
the
thingy.
triquetra.
Mhm. So the way that the triquetra was formed, because it's something that has never been instated previously, was me wanting to include voices from all of the other origins. At the time, I was freshly coronated and was not close to anybody else. So the people that are standing for the triquetra currently are those that will induct new people for the triquetra moving forward. And then once they are able to induct their new people, those people will come from being nominated. But there was not a familiarity that I had after my coronation with the other origins, as my mother didn't get close to them. I didn't know anybody well enough realistically to have that be a ceremony that we went through. I am developing trust with all of these other origins and people that stand for them on a completely new playing ground because my mother just did not acknowledge them. That's why the entire court was built of shrieklings for so long.
I am assuming you're probably gonna want to find who wrote the book, and I'm just gonna point out my thoughts on it. It's the wording used. It's well written in that regard, even if they just has some like factually incorrect things in there. And the fact that they had the impressions that the goblins were eradicated when anyone that was front lines could probably argue differently unless they had just a really lucky outpost. They said it's their sword isn't like a weapon, it's their pin or whatever. So it's
The
probably
cell.
not somebody that
Call, not the cell, the call.
and so it's probably not somebody who would really consider themselves a fighter. And I might be reading too much into it, but it mentions something about the previous high vessel's thinking and having a wolfkin close as a quote unquote guard dog. So that wouldn't that have to be somebody who is familiar with the Willowbeak's relations to the crown previously?
Yeah,
And I
I
know
think so.
Yeah.
It concerns me that we have had our vault broken into multiple times, that information could have been gleaned from the books within the vault, but it definitely could have been somebody that knows Paige or myself better than we're taking credit for.
I will say the Willowbeak signing the contract was among wolfkins pretty common during the war. Me not knowing it wasn't that I was never told, it was that I kind of pushed it out. I guess that doesn't really necessarily help narrow it down, but I think the preferring a pin over a sword does kind of help in a regard.
What got me about that specific entry was that it was written in the cadence that I have written my oaths in. So it reads to me like somebody who has taken an oath or at least seen the oaths that I have written previously, because a lot of my oaths state I stand for the this and not the this, and it just is written in the same kind of way. It looked recognizable. So I'm curious, like I said, if it doesn't tie back to somebody who would have been in the vault and had seen all of our books and all of our oaths. But that really leaves two suspects, in my opinion. It makes it feel like well, really only one person's been in the vault. They would have had to have been working with the other suspect, but in my opinion, it incriminates Collie.
See that be potential. I got a few in mind.
I struggle to believe that it would be Naomi or Arlo because I've known them so long, but that doesn't mean anything. I also was engaged to Orion and didn't really know anything until he was killed in front of me. So
Yeah. People are very good at hiding who they really are.
yeah,
So are you
guess so.
thinking like Kali herself like is like
either
targeting you, or
I don't know. It feels to me that if Kali has anything to do with it, she's working with somebody. Kali's not around a lot and has said less than 10 words to me, like, altogether. We don't sit and have heartfelt conversations realistically. She was chosen for the heir position because I've seen the way that she handles her business and the way that she has created her own village from the ground up, much like you have, Fiori. And that was the reason for her choosing. But we're not, I wouldn't say that we're besties by any means.
She kind of just shows up to meetings and then is like the first to leave, and we don't really see her again until there's another court meeting.
I've tried to talk
She,
to her before, but she doesn't really seem one for conversation.
I get that same vibe too. She's very punctual, but she's very quiet. She doesn't have questions, much input typically. She kind of takes what is given to her and continues on about her ways. She even has a room in the castle that I don't think she's even really touched.
Mm-mm. Doesn't look like it, at least.
With her sporadic schedule, I would not think that she would be capable of doing everything that we've seen lately on her own. But it is very possible that she has intel that is being fed to somebody else who is acting.
See that?
Yeah. Which means that if I don't act quickly or stay alive, the kingdom will have no heirs.
Oh, you're staying alive. I promise you that.
Oh.
I would do
Gives
a
me
lot
a
of dumb
headache.
shit to keep you alive.
But yeah,
And like in times of like conflict and stuff, I don't think it's like a bad thing for the pack leader to put themselves above others with certain things in mind. Like, had I had my entire pack, I would have protected to the best of my ability, but if it came down to it, they were willing to die. My pack members were willing to die for me, and they showed that and did that during the war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am definitely. I've always been more interested in keeping everyone around me safe. And sometimes that does make me more reckless than a lot of the other rulers that I've met and known. So I can definitely see what you're saying. Maybe it's time to protect myself so that the rest of the lineage of the kingdom can be protected too.
Do you think that if you like, since it looks like a lot of their grievance is quote unquote favoritism on the court, um, if kind of rearranging either your heirs or their triquetra might satisfy them? Or do you think they're just looking to cause a problem either way?
To me, it feels like an outburst. It feels like a tantrum. It reads to me like somebody who is upset that they themselves were not chosen or given the opportunity to be closer to the crown or ascending and being able to take it.
Like somebody that wanted to be master of coin and hasn't been.
Or, you know, if Kali does end up being a viable suspect, somebody that wants me removed so that they ascend. which worries me because if this is quote unquote goblin activity, we just had a 100-year war trying to stave off the goblins from taking over kingdoms.
Do we not
Maybe the
know
war
why
just
they
never
like
ended.
just suddenly stopped attacking?
I know that my mother, Helen's mother, and Laurenthia's mother were offered in a sacrifice, but I don't have many details about that.
That probably wasn't a solution. It could have just been to buy time. So maybe the war wasn't over, it just got postponed.
Yeah. Like, I don't think, unless somebody saw to it that every single goblin was eradicated, the war just receded instead of fully ended. Which makes me believe that we are still very much in active war.
At least seems that way.
And the book clearly states that I am leading us back into it. Gosh.
You were never out of it.
I don't mind helping however I can, but I say that wanting to inform you. I will always put my own life first, as I am the last member of my pack. When I die, my pack will die with me. And they tried so hard to keep me alive during the war, and I don't want that to go down in vain.
I understand.
But if you think of a way that I can help, I wouldn't mind helping. I know my position on the Nether Court does complicate things. And I will also say, as I am on the Nether Court, I do have to give them my priority. So anything that might conflict with that would have to be talked through with the Nether Court as well.
I understand. And I will do whatever I can to ensure that all of the sacrifices that your pack has made for you are not in vain. It's just a matter of piecing everything together and figuring out the next step forward. Also, I appreciate you coming to me. I have told the other courts as they've come to me about the information being released and floating around that I am more than happy to answer any questions that arise at any given time, just as I have always been, and I appreciate you actually being one of the people brave enough to have questions and ask them.
Albeit, you still kind of scare me. It's not necessarily that you scare me, it's that shrieklings scare me.
Well, we don't have the best track record.
You
I
got
understand.
years of trauma that are completely understandable.
I more so I'm not one to really trust people, in all honesty. I view people as untrustworthy unless they prove it. And you did start behind the starting line. Simply because Shriekling, I'm sorry. But you have not ever done anything to warrant that distrust from me. And it did honestly help that you keep Ollie with you a lot. Because Ollie is on the positive side of trust. Not super, super trustworthy because I still don't know you very well. But I feel like you would pick me up if I get knocked down.
I would.
I appreciate that, Fiori. It means a lot.
Is it alright if I just keep one of the books? I can give you the rest. I want to go through and kind of outline like the blatant lies. Just to keep my thoughts in order on it. So people ask me about it, I can point out, well, this, and this is clearly false.
Yeah, of course. You are welcome to use it however you see beneficial.
There is plenty of copies to go around.
There was 10 on the back of the guild board. I didn't know they were there. I had found 3, like, in the barrels. Laying around because I was trying to pick up stuff, and when I found like some of them, I was like, oh, I think they robbed me. Also, on that regard, well, I guess they wouldn't have robbed me. It would have technically been robbing Vincent, because Vincent has a shulker box down there for quest like turn-ins, and I'm almost certain that his quest rewards were inside the shulker box too. But there's no more rewards in there. But I also might be misremembering because I put that shulker down there like a really long time. Speaking of being robbed, hang on. Okay, no, I haven't been robbed. up there at least.
What are you hunting about? It's like you had a moment of realization, but I didn't catch it.
There's only one person I know that has that much of a problem with Vincent.
Like I said, I may have not had his quest rewards
Yeah.
in the box though. For all I know, I mailed them,
Mm.
but I feel like I had his quest rewards in the box.
Would it be okay with you if I asked him to come to the Adventurers Guild?
Yeah, that's fine. I had sent him a letter like a month ago. Not even a month ago. It was after I came back from my wolf. Maybe before I went on my vacation. I sent him a letter saying his box was here. And I don't remember if the letter said his quest rewards were in it or if I sent the quest rewards with him, but I felt like they were inside of it.
How did he have quite a few quest rewards?
No, it would have been for him turning in a 32 diamond quest, which I don't have the paper up here. The paper's probably on the board downstairs.
I remember you told me one day that you don't like to mail larger rewards in case they get lost in the mail.
I actually like had paid out a big quest reward to Lisette, and she said she never received it. So that's also a thing, but that's like old. Where'd she go?
He's out.
Oh, fast.
Come on, old man. With your walking stick.
I
It's
have
a
a
big walking
question.
stick.
You have a question.
When Fiori mailed you a letter, did it state that she had your reward here at the guild, or did she mail your reward with it?
I honestly do not know.
Yeah, it would have been
Dang
older.
It's fine either way. I think it was mailed.
Like
Okay,
the
if it was
diamond.
mail-
It would have been for your diamond quest.
How long ago was that?
A month ago. I sent a letter informing me that your shulker box was here, and then I couldn't remember if I sent the rewards with it,
Oh,
but I had left your book and quill inside the shulker, which makes me think I left the rewards inside the shulker too.
Which means that Fiori potentially believes that your shulker specifically had been robbed when she received copies of all of the books.
Yeah, I had a book in place in your shulker.
There's only one person I know that's willing to rob you.
I also may be
Myself.
misremembering entirely.
Oh no.
We could be just connecting dots that don't actually connect, because she could be misremembering.
Because I think that was
But
before I went on my
It was
vacation.
That book, yes.
The blood on the throne one.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past the person that question. Alas, it doesn't really matter in the end. But
No, it just helps me piece more and more evidence,
Of
puzzle
course.
pieces. Not necessarily evidence, because it's not foolproof, but
do you want me to leave it there for proof, or
now that
evidence?
we have the knowledge, you're welcome to take it. But
okay. I didn't even remember I had a shulker here. I'm not gonna lie.
It's been here for so long. Your book and quill's in it too because you asked that I would leave that to you, and I did.
Yeah, I know paper may grow, but I like to keep whatever I can.
Fiori, are you okay if Vincent's been needing to talk to me, if we go and do that?
That's fine.
Okay. Like I said earlier, again, if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out. Okay. Away we go.
Away.
I'm just kind of rereading so I can know exactly what all they claimed. You mentioned, like, I didn't make a copy of the apprehension. copy of the law, not the apprehension. Oh. Hello.
Fiori, hello.
Are we sure we should have the meeting today? It seems like a lot is going on.
Yes, of course. I have free time now. I would like to hear what you have to say.
When I initially asked to meet, it kind of started one thing, and now multiple things have kind of happened.
Oh, okay.
Because initially I was gonna fill you in on, I guess, my vacation. Because I wanted to let you know, but I couldn't really put it in writing. It felt weird to put into writing. And it was kind of to explain if I was like kind of acting different. And I didn't want to bring down the moods at like the ball when you asked or the festival, but unfortunately, when I went back to my pack lands, there was no one left. So
Oh,
that's why I haven't really been talking about my vacation.
did they all leave? Did they go somewhere new?
I haven't been able to figure
I
out
see.
who did it, but someone had come in and pretty much. They didn't really steal anything, they just slaughtered everybody. So I spent my vacation doing their burial rites and everything.
Fiori, I'm so sorry. I can only imagine.
I'm still going through it, but I wanted to at least inform you, so that you were aware, because I haven't exactly been as, I guess, outgoing, to be the word, as I was.
Completely understandable, Fiori. You've been through something traumatic.
Yeah, I thought about sending a letter, but we also had all those events happening, and I really didn't want to bring down the mood with it.
I understand. I don't know if you wish to have an investigation for your packlands, but I know if you bring it up with Rexaris, he will fully look into it. Whoever is responsible deserves to pay.
I thought about asking him about it. I did tell Knight Ollie about it, because he happened to be the knight that was around, and right after it happened, especially since it was in the overworld, so I felt like, I should tell someone on the overworld. And so telling a wolfkin knight felt like the best thing to do. And I know he looked around, and I have since cleaned up all the damages and everything, so I'm not really sure if there's much to be found at this point. But I don't know, maybe a banshee might be able to have better luck of just searching to see if there's something I missed when I looked and Ollie looked. And that kind of tied into, like, I've had a lot on my mind, and I noticed I'm kind of pivoting topics. I noticed my safe was unlocked, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I kind of figured maybe with everything that was on my mind, I just forgot to unlock it for a night, since I do kind of try to check in daily. And I just relocked it again and didn't think much of it, especially since there's not necessarily anything of too much importance in there. It's just business permits and materials. But a couple days later, when I had woke up and I went downstairs, I had saw that there was a money fairy thing down there, the emerald blocks. And I figured that's if they may have came in. I didn't know if maybe someone else had come in and broke into it potentially.
That is where my mind first wandered. The trespassing and the money fairy crosses and
the information that has come with them is getting a bit more aggressive.
I try to be really careful with making sure I lock and unlock it all the time. So I kind of doubted that I did leave it unlocked, but at the same time, with everything that was going on, I couldn't exactly put it past myself. And this is actually a connection that I had made today. Have you seen the books that have been left around everywhere?
Yes, I have. I've not yet been able to read the, what is it? Thorn of Blood? Something?
Blood on the Throne.
Yes, no, I've not yet been able to read it, and also the advisor contract.
In it, they talk about different contracts that the overworld had, and so that kind of makes me wonder if they had broke into it to try to see if there was any type of more secrecy contracts that the Nether may have. And that's just like a theory, but it just kind of
No,
came
it's a
to
good
mind today because that they got access to those other secret contracts that the High Vessel had, which I've already talked to her too. There was a lot in the guild hall. There was a lot in the guild hall here too, actually. I found 3.
Oh. Okay. Well, Enya's was also littered with books. She went inside of her office and she found a few just placed there as well. I really don't understand the motive behind this, except for, I guess, to create tension, but personally, I don't recognize it as tension.
As I read the book, or as the one that read the book, I will say a lot of it just really seems like lies. And there's only like a bits and pieces that I was like, yeah, that doesn't seem like the truth. That I could confidently say was a lie. Like they mentioned how post-war the goblins were completely eradicated, but they were never completely eradicated. Anyone that was right, I don't know if it was different in the Nether and such, but on at least the Eastern Front, it wasn't really a matter of time of like when we defeated them, it was a matter of time before they took us out. So I know that they couldn't have been eradicated in that regard. And then obviously we still have the little trader goblins that wander about, and they still exist. So that in itself made me think it wasn't a very credible book. And then they mentioned something about Ollie's contract, and I've been talking to Ollie more, so I just asked him about it. And he wrote his own contract. It's not like he was forced into anything. He wrote it. So I just
don't
think they're just spreading lies.
I have to agree. It's more of a thoughts and feelings book than factual.
They used a lot of words, and it's well written in like grammar sense, I think, just not content. Yeah, that's why I mentioned how I had like initially, like when I had wanted to meet with you, it started as one thing and it's kind of spiraled into a lot of things.
That's quite fine.
And then let's see. I don't want to pivot back to emotional topic yet. There is another emotion topic that I will get to, so I don't have to like go to it and then go back to like a law topic, I guess. I knew at least like Captain Rexaris was kind of asking what had happened after like me and Lady Rowena came through the Waystone the day that we went looking for Zach. Do you want like it's not really, I can't really give you a detailed rundown, but do you want just a rundown of what happened?
If you wish to explain it to me, I would love to know exactly what happened. I don't really know anything on the topic except for the fact that you all were searching for Zach.
Lady Rowena had come by and had asked if I would be willing to, when she eventually put a search party together, if I'd be willing to help her look for him. And, I lost like all of my family, so if someone needs help looking for their family, I'm not opposed to helping them look. And Lady Rowena has been kind to me, so I went with her to help. I can't really say help necessarily. I kind of just followed. I think me and Olivier were kind of just bantering a lot to kind of keep the mood up. But we got to like this lab thing that apparently Zach was like held at when he was younger. And when we were there, this like mysterious specter showed up. And from what he said, he's not a bad guy. He claimed to be an old friend of Zach's. Lady Rowena said the friend's name that he said was dead, so that's a whole ordeal. That's interesting. But he pointed us to the direction where Zach was, and we found where Zach was being held, except he wasn't there anymore. So he was telling the truth at the very least. But
What did this mysterious specter look like?
he was just really shadowy. I figured like I don't know how people can like kind of get fatal injuries and people can pick them back up. I was wondering maybe it had something to do with that, and that's why he like was clean. Like later, Reen had said like this friend had died, and so maybe he was like in that type of state, but like incomplete. But I didn't really trust him. I never turned my back to him, and I was ready to shoot him if I needed to.
I'm glad.
But overall, I didn't like rush to kind of fill you in because I don't really think he's going to affect the Nether. Because he really did just kind of seem like he wanted to find Zach. So I don't know if he's going to show back up once we find Zach.
Well, it's still good information to have nonetheless in case anything does happen. I appreciate it, thank you. And thank you for being a good friend to Rowena.
Post that happening, the overworld castle exploded. So
I did hear about that as well. Heard about that today. I'm worried for the day that it will happen here.
Because I was with, we were kind of just doing a little search around for Zach. It was me, Ollie, the High Vessel, I don't know what Chris Stark's title is, but him.
Acting Emperor Chris Stark.
Acting
I think
Emperor
there's more
Chris
to
Stark.
it than that, but I'm not exactly sure.
And Olivier, I think, was still there. And we were kind of just boating through the ocean when we immediately had to warp back to the castle, because the High Vessel was informed that Captain Olaro's office exploded. So once we made sure people are like okay, I had come here and poked around. And I know when you gave me the tour, you said don't go into the first flame tower and that past the ballroom, I shouldn't go that way, but I did poke into those sections.
It's alright.
Just to make sure there wasn't anything there. I didn't like pry
You did not
it.
have any bad intentions when doing it, so it is quite fine.
I kind of just opened the doors and peeked through to make sure, like, if they were to explode, it wouldn't happen to someone who, like, kind of just freshly woke up. I think since this would probably be a bit too dull to handle that, potentially. So, I did that, and people knew where I went, and so if I didn't report back, someone would probably be able to help me. Elio had stopped by, and so I filled Elio in, too,
That's
on
good.
checking for traps.
I'm glad. Oof. Do you happen to know what has happened on the notice boards of the realms?
I saw the one on our notice board here when I went to the guild hall. I don't remember what it said anymore.
Cannot trust the High Vessel, something like that.
Yeah. The book said she was a liar. About like having the contracts hidden and everything like that. So I guess that's what it's referring to. But at the
Based on
same
the writing
time,
of the book, we believe it may be an overworlder who wrote it.
personally, I don't disagree with that. It seems well written, and they know about the relationships that the previous High Vessel had with Wolfkins. And that was, the previous High Vessel had the Willowbeaks as, like, there. And then, like, it referred to, like, High Vessel Nora having, herself, like, something, the thinking of her mother having a guard dog in reference to Ollie. So it would probably be somebody that is familiar with our treatment during the last reign.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that adds up. Do you know of anyone who would hate the High Vessel so much?
Not really, to be honest. But I also don't necessarily talk to too many people in the overworld at this point. Just as like a blanket statement, wolfkins. Because any wolfkin that hasn't gotten to know her would just assume she would be like the previous High Vessel. Because I even told the High Vessel this, but point blankly, like, just her being a Shriekling had, like, when I first met her, had put her, like, very down my trust rating. All Shrieklings are like that to me. I don't trust myself to be around them by myself with them unless, like, I've spent a lot of time with them. And so the High Vessel I view, like, more fondly now. I still won't let myself get downed in front of her, but I don't want to be downed in general, so that's kind of a moot point. But I also did take her to my Packlands, so I think that kind of goes to show, because she would be the first Shriekling actually invited to my Packlands that wasn't coming in to take Wolfkins for the war.
Oh.
I do want to show you my Packlands too. I want to do something about the sun, and then Amelia wants to be initiated into my pack, and so I figured when I do that, I might just host a couple people there.
Oh, well, I would love to go.
I think that's all my political stuff.
Nothing that I have to give. I do wish to give you a copy of the what is it? The Overworld Goblin Act, and also the new laws that the Overworld are implanting. I don't know if it has anything to do with their trades or anything of the sort, but I thought it would be a good book for you to have. But I don't have any book and quills on me at the moment, so I can make copies later.
Here's some in there.
Oh, well, thank you.
I did read through both of those. Off of memory, I think the main law that's going to affect people right now is there was always an escort law within the overworld law book, but it is going to be properly.
I gave you the wrong one. Oh, there we go. I took it anyway. Sorry.
The escort law is going to be properly enforced now. Anyone visiting the overworld needs a overworld escort. In addition to that, no one is to visit the overworld without informing a member of the court and being granted permission. Is something that's new in the book.
I see.
Um,
Well, I'll be sure to inform Rexaris and anyone else willing to go.
And I don't mind serving as escort whenever needed. I just can't offer the permission. I'm on the wrong court to do that. Oh, and then obviously you're probably gonna still want to read the law books yourself and the Goblin Act thingy yourself. But I think the Goblin Act also has like a major part in the Blood on the Throne book. And like I don't know if propaganda's the right word for it or not. But in the book, they like say something along the lines of, High Vessel is like martial law, something something. Will just take anyone's citizens and imprison them pending execution, something something, if they're accused of being a goblin. But at the same time, I don't think the High Vessel is going to just yoink up other people's citizens. And if she does, I don't think it's just means execution. Isn't it like if you if you arrest another person's citizen, you talk to the other kingdom's princess? Isn't that how it's normally done anyway? So I'm not sure if the person who wrote the book really knows like inner workings of courts and how governments, kingdoms, whatever the word is, works.
It's something I will definitely send a letter to the High Vessel about, clarifying if someone were to accuse an Avarian how things would go about it then. Perhaps it's even time for me to make one myself.
Mm-hmm. I don't really fault her for it. She has had her castle trapped.
Yes, I can't fault her either. You
So-
push a bear too many times, it's gonna bite back.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know. Maybe I'm also biased in the opinion that, to begin with, I don't trust people unless they prove they can be trusted. And so her doing guilty until proven innocent is kind of the same line of thinking, and maybe that's why I don't have a problem with it. But that's also in there.
Yes. I think that will definitely scare a few people, but they have nothing to be scared of unless they are a goblin.
Yeah. I personally don't don't plan to accuse anybody. Mainly for
Neither
the
do I.
fact that the accused, if they can't prove their innocence, can request a trial by combat, and the accuser is the one that goes into the trial by combat. And I would lose. So if I suspect someone, I will let someone stronger than me take the evidence and not me. But that also means like having like a good evidence, I suppose, for someone to take on that risk. But that was
Understandable.
also like, it's a 50-page book. It's a really long book, the Throne book. So it hits a lot. So I also don't really want to invoke. Pause.
I will definitely be reading it on my own time, most likely before I retire, so I can see exactly what's written word from word.
Okay, now I think that's all the politics stuff.
Okay.
So I wanted to get your opinion on how do I get the citizens to accept me as Netherian? Because I don't think they do.
You don't think they do?
Like, I've talked to
May I-
Raina before, and like I had mentioned, like, yeah, I'm a Netherian citizen, and then like she made a point to like be like, you're a dual citizen, like to make that distinction. And then I feel bad because Athena has passed away, but Athena also, like, as a citizen, I wasn't in the blackjack game. It had all the Netherian citizens, and I wasn't included in it, and so I don't really know how to go about making people like me.
Oh, you, first off, do not need to make anyone like you. You're likable as is. I think what may be happening is you're the first of our kingdom. A citizen from the overworld and now a citizen from the nether. And sometimes people are wary of change, wary of something different. And that's nothing for you to worry about for yourself. It's their issue, not yours. I will send a notice out to make sure that all the citizens know that even dual citizens are full Netherian citizens. You have the full right to anything. You could vote in the Nether if you so wished. There is nothing holding you back from just being a Netherian.
And I know I'm like really new, and I know it's a change too. I think didn't really bother me too much, and I didn't really notice anything prior to going on my vacation, and just maybe I got more sensitive to it coming back, because as a wolfkin, I am very much bond oriented and like to be included in things, and with no more pack, I've kind of lost that huge chunk of bonds, and that's why I was more picking up times where I felt like I wasn't really included, I guess, seen.
Thank you for letting me know that you feel this way, Fiori. I don't wish for you to feel that way. You're as much of a citizen as I am.
And the other thing is, like, I respect your opinion on not telling. I respect your opinion on not telling me. But I also found out from Lady Arena about how most courts were already aware of, like, the goblins taking on other people's appearances. Why wasn't I told about that? And did it have to do with me not being in the Nether very long?
No, it had nothing to do with that. Honestly, I wasn't aware that other courts were telling outside of the acting princess and advisors, so
She had told me when
that
we
is
went
news to me.
searching for Zach, and she's like, "You might need context on this," and said, "Since you're already on a court, I'll just let you know." She said it initially thinking I knew already, but when I was confused, that's when she like gave like a very like vague answer to it.
As you are, as you've said, it takes a bit for someone to earn your trust. And with the knowledge that, honestly, I didn't even believe at first until I saw my own mother writing about it, I didn't think it was real. And when I found out, I only told a select few people, as I did not know who I could and could not trust. If goblins can shapeshift, if they can masquerade around as other people, I didn't wish for a goblin to hear of it and use that information against us. It truly had nothing to do with you being an overworlder or anything of the such. I was just trying to protect our kingdom's safety.
I can understand that. I also know that I also probably could have been suspicious, being you didn't really know me, and so for all you knew, I was. And it's not like not knowing like really like put me in danger, but that also comes from the fact that of me not trusting people to begin with, really. That I don't know. I always knew goblins were still around, and I watched my back because of it. So I don't think they would have like got the jump on me anyways. But who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they can. Oh, I also sleep here sometimes now.
I saw.
It's warm.
I'm glad you enjoy it here very much. I do ask that you do keep that information to yourself, at least for now. Even Catherine does not know about it. Only Helia, myself, Kyron, and Rexaris do.
It's in the book.
Oh, well. Seems the secret's out then.
Something they're using against the high vessel is her having saying she was one that advocated for it to be kept a secret. And so that's in the book, being used against her in that regard as well.
Well, I can't blame her. I did the exact same thing. It was the thing that we were all supposed to do. But I understand, especially now, it might even now be best to really fully explain everything. Especially now if it's in a book.
I know, like, from what I've seen, people have been going around and trying to pick up a lot of the books. Doesn't make me curious, because at the Adventure Guild, I hadn't, admittedly, I had found one of the books that the Adventure Guild had already, but when Lucette and, like, Paige approached me about it, I did feign ignorance, because if I only had one copy and they were going to take it, I did want to at least bring it to you in case you wanted to see it, and I also wanted to read it, just in case, you never know.
Thank you for that.
But there was more than one copy there. There was like 12. So they got a lot of them. But I know they were going through places and collecting the books. This made me wonder if they plan to just ransack the guild to find it. I might have to think on that more if I hadn't been there. But they have been going through, and like I went through and cleared out the Adventure Guild hall here too. And I stopped by Amelia's because I have a room in her house too, and made sure, because she did have 2 in her house that I took.
You have a room in Amelia's house?
She actually built me a house first, and then she gave me a room. It was kind of a weird order.
Well, I guess she wanted you to be closer. Did you take over the guest room? that was
Mm,
there.
She kind of like reconstructure, like when she gets bored, she just does under home renovations.
I
So
can
like
understand that.
the first iteration of her home had her bedroom, and then the guest room, and then Vincent's room. And now there's a whole like extra piece added where my room like got added, and like as she like extended her house to this side.
I sorry if this is not knowledge that I'm privy to, and sorry if it's rude to ask, but do you know why Vincent and Amelia are no longer friends? At least I've heard that they aren't.
Um, I don't know if it's no longer friends. I had asked her why he didn't have a room anymore, and it was just like him saying that he didn't plan to be in the overworld really anymore, and so he didn't need it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what she told me in that regard.
I see. Well, thank you, Fiori, for letting me know. Is there anything else that you wish to know?
Nothing comes to mind. I like tried to make sure I covered everything, and I think I covered everything.
Something that I will inform you of if you see Ophelia, I will be giving her a extended pass, just until Helia is better and not. I don't even know what to describe her as right now. Decaying?
Oh.
I don't. It's a lot.
Well, if anyone
How-
can do it, Ophelia can do it.
Yes. So if you see her in the fortress, it's probably because she has a pass, but she has been instructed to missive anyone of the court for access to Helia. And if she does send you a missive, if you could please escort her and be with her the entire time, we do not wish for Helia to be alone with anyone.
Okay. I'm not entirely certain where the Priestess Tower is.
It is. I can show you if you
Okay.
would like.
I
me
figured
to.
if she misses me, she would also kind of guide me, if anything.
Well,
Unless she is she
We're-
in the tower with the first flame too?
yes.
Oh.
We are wanting Helia to be more safe. That tower there.
Okay. That makes sense. I just in my head I called that the first flame tower, but if it's like where she's at the Priestess Tower, I guess that does make sense.
Yes, it is. You are indeed factual on that. That is where the first flame resides, and Helia's office is on the second floor, but she will be staying on the third, as we might also be moving her to the keep. I'm not sure just yet. We're worried that somebody that she was close to did it to her.
I don't know what
So-
keep means.
The keep. It is this building here. It's where all of our military
the meeting
is.
rooms. Okay.
Mm.
Sorry,
Yes,
I don't really leave this
there's
building
different,
often.
You're quite fine. There's different names for most of these buildings.
Understood.
But if you wish to add, if you ever find yourself wanting to look around to make sure there are no traps, I will never hold that against you.
Okay. I'll try to bring a buddy next time I look for traps, because I kind of realized afterwards, if I went boom and got flung into lava, oh, can I have, like, drinkable fire reds? Because if I go boom and get thrown into lava, I don't think I can splash myself.
Yes. What we will do is I will add a barrel into your office of just fire resistance potions that will be fully stocked up.
Okay, thank you. Because like, I have plenty of, like, splash ones, but I was like, if I'm, like, in a deep pool of lava, I don't really know what I can do about it unless I toss it up in the air and hope it lands on me.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point, and I will make sure that the court knows that.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that until I started thinking about what could have happened if a trap actually went off. I was like, oh, that may have been a little too dangerous by myself. I had fire res on, though.
Yeah, I'm glad that nothing did happen to you. Especially with Athena's accident. It's anything could happen, I guess.
True, true.
Well, I must get back to Helia, but it was lovely meeting with you, Fiori.
Sorry how much information dumping that
No,
was. It kind of just
do not
kept adding
apologize.
up.
It is quite fine. We haven't seen each other in a bit, and I'm glad you opened up. If anything else does happen, if another Aryan acts out of order, let me know, and I will handle it accordingly.
Okay, okay. And like how I like cited like Raina doing that. I don't know if she meant it like badly or not, but it's just kind of how I took it.
Exactly, and how you feel matters.
Yes. I hope Helia is doing okay.
I will send her good regards from you.
That's the word. I was trying to think of what I was supposed to say to send you off with it.
Well wishes, good health, all the others.
All the others.
Have a good rest of your evening, Fiori.
You as well. Oh, I didn't let her. I forgot something. It's too late now. I've already sent her off. Oh. I was gonna let her know that if I told the high vessel that if she needed me for something, like to help with like biases and thinking favoritism, that she could potentially ask me. But I also had but clarified that I told her that I would put another first because I am on another court. Oh, I forgot to go over that. You know what? If it may never come to pass. If it does come to pass, the high vessel does have to reach out to the high lady anyways about it. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Well, wrong campsite. This one. Hello.
Hi.
I assume you already have pass and log and stuff.
Yeah, I paid the toll earlier when I was here with Chris Stark. Hello, Naomi.
Hello. How you
How-
you two?
Doing well. How are you after what happened with your office? I was told earlier.
Yes, I am fine. I luckily only came after I closed tonight, I believe. So that was
Okay.
fun.
That's good. I'm glad.
Passing. May I ask if you also got a graffiti thing at your guys's?
Yes, we did. We took it down earlier, and I've just been rearranging our notice board since then.
Fair enough. Did it say also the high vessel can't be trusted? Because I'm trying to.
It
Is it-
said, hold on, I can tell you exactly what it said. It said along the lines of, she is hiding more from you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it said.
Alright.
Mhm.
Thank you for telling me.
Yeah, of course.
I have to head off because someone's meeting with me.
Yep,
Take care,
no worries.
both.
I'm the one that put together the market area, but I'm kind of realizing I don't think there's really shade.
Yeah.
I can, hang on, I'll carry you under a tree and you'll be able to see the whole market area.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I struggle seeing people down.
No, it's okay. Ooh, very nice. Very nice.
I put it together yesterday so I could start selling some stuff.
Oh, and this one's for Adventura.
So the villagers that live in Aventura, I asked them if there's stuff that they wanted me to sell for them here. And it's gonna be like a rotating type of thing based on like what they have on hand, what they want me to sell. Right now they're giving me a lot of corn.
Oh.
Corn grits, corn on the cob, like roasted corn.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
gonna be a corn stall.
Fair. The hive also said that I could pick one and sell wine at it.
If you said so, I don't see why not.
Yeah, she said to talk to you about it since you were building the stuff back here.
I just have this one claimed and I have that one claimed. But the rest are open as far as I can tell.
Probably that one.
Okay. Let me just put, I guess you can write on the sign.
I'm just gonna put. I was trying to think about which wines would be best to sell here.
I know your glowy wine. I like your glowy wine, but that's also just my personal taste.
The sun-kissed wine, yeah.
Oh,
I
and
do
there's
need to
the
make more of
sun.
that. Yeah. I was thinking maybe like some that can give like good I think the ones that people really like are the mead. I can make more mead and bring it here. I can do the apple wine.
I like
maybe.
apples.
Yeah. And then maybe I could sell the jelly wine here. Which gives a really good stat, which gives, it's made with like 3 different wines.
Expensive, but admittedly, I don't really get to go visit your winery. So if you sell like really tasty ones here, I'd be excited because I can get to these easier.
Yeah, that's true. And then I don't know. I'll bring a bunch over that I think people would like. Jelly wine. Maybe I'll sell jelly wine at a marked up price here, but advertise it's cheaper at my winery.
That would work because then if they still buy it from here, you get increased profit, or they can make their way to the end where they have more variety and they might spend more there too. On top of just buying the jelly wine.
Yeah. And then I could probably do. I have to look through the wines that I have. But I don't know if it's okay for me to run back and forth from here to the wine. Actually, I'll just get like a couple shulker boxes full of stuff and then I'll come back and I'll just redo stuff.
And you can I'll hang around here. And I'll sit where I can see the waystone. I don't like sitting right at the waystone because then like I don't mind talking to people, but sometimes you get talking to people and they talk and it goes on for a really long time. But I'll sit where I can see the waystone, so I can approach just so like your escort is with you the entire time.
Okay. And then for the notice board, I don't think I'm allowed to hang anything up on there yet because they haven't fixed their notice board, right?
I don't really have the answer to that. I don't really know about our notice board. But I did notice it's entirely empty, so I'd probably wait for like the laws and everything to be set back up.
Okay, I'll just wait until that's then, and I'll ask the high vessel later. Oh, that's very rude, sir.
I was gonna bring more cats here. I have one cat at my stall, but I figured I'll bring more.
Yeah. Oh, Raven!
Actually, it's Raven's child. I haven't given them a name yet, but.
Oh. Hey, apple wine. Or, that's apple juice.
I don't know.
Ah,
I don't
okay.
really make wine. I have my beer
Oh,
though.
okay.
I have 2 new beer. Well, I guess the strawberry foam beer isn't new. I already offered that, but we have Noya vanilla brew too.
Oh, okay. That looks cool.
Yeah, I had like a reach because of the escort laws. I already like before the escort laws. I already had like the traffic at the Adventure Guild was down, and even when traffic was really high, we still didn't really sell much at the stalls.
Yeah.
And so that on top of the escort laws, I had asked about having like a stall somewhere around here, and she said yeah. And I asked if I could go ahead and just make a lot of them, and she said yeah, and so I did.
Okay. Can I request a black cat at my stall?
Yeah, I can. Well, maybe I
I
can't
don't know.
exactly breed this one with my other black cat because they're related,
Yeah,
but
that would be weird.
I'll see about some of my other cats that aren't related, and if they have a black kitten, I can leave it over there.
Okay. Okay, I'll get to work on that then.
Okay, are you doing it now? She'll start to stay in the area.
I'm just gonna get a bunch of wines together and then bring them over. That might take me a bit, so you don't have to wait around here. Like I'll message you
Okay,
whenever I need you.
fine by me.
Yeah. I could also make like an advertisement saying that the XP wine is sold at the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, true. I plan to. Well, there isn't really a clear path to the Adventure Guild because, like, this one goes to the Flower Festival, and the Flower Festival doesn't exactly lead out to the guild. But I've like started making the path, to connect. But I also can't overly be bothered to do so, so it's still a heavy work in progress.
Yeah, yeah.
Most people will just warpstone over, and I don't warpstone, but I can fly over pretty easily, and I don't exactly need a path on the ground to fly.
Yeah, that's understandable. One thing that I would suggest to maybe the High Vessel next time I see her, maybe you guys can move the notice board somewhere else so that way the path can connect easier to the Waystone.
True, I guess that would be a good thing to bring up while the board's empty.
Yeah, that might be a good thing to bring up to the High Vessel.
I'll ask. I might even just send her a missive.
That's fine. Yeah, cool. I'll go get a work on that. Thank you for the stalls, Fifi.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go get to work on that.